No nonsense gin drinking. All gin, no nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I'm Bobby Freeman and today, my friends, we have the return of a, bit of a curious gin because it is extremely popular no matter what I say. However, old Freeman here is not a big fan of it. So let me introduce to you it nonetheless, my friends. This is Hendricks Midsummer Solstice Limited Edition. And as my regular viewers and subscribers will know, I am not a massive fan of the old Hendricks. I don't really like the sort of the cucumberiness and the roseness. However, like I said, a lot of people absolutely love this gin. So we're going to give it a go. I'm going to, once again, cast all my previous opinions aside and sort of look at it afresh. And who knows, because the other one I had the other day, I haven't got it here, I think it's in the house, the Hendricks Orbium, actually pleasantly surprised me. It wasn't too bad. It still wasn't my favourite gin. I don't think it certainly wouldn't be among my top 10, but it was slightly better. So maybe this can even top that. Now I must just warn you, you may see me throughout the video at some point developing a rather sort of shiny sort of finish to my hair because it is hot in the studio today. Not only do I have no heating in here, a lot of my viewers will have heard me complain throughout the year but it's too cold in here, especially when I've got ice forming on the desk. However, summer has most definitely kicked in here and it's been a very muggy night. In fact, we had like a torrential hot rainstorm here last night and it's dripped all through the ceiling. I had to wipe the desk down this morning and there's mold growing on the back of this desk, which I wish was a joke, but actually it is true. But we're going to power through nonetheless because old Freeman here brings you the gin videos come rain, wind or shine. And indeed everything in between. So my friends, let's crack on, find out what they say about it on the website, shall we? And of course, as is tradition on this show, it is from Scotland, so I shall be doing the Scottish accent, despite it, I believe, being responsible for destroying my voice a few months ago. Midsummer Solstice is a small batch limited edition from Hendricks Gin. It will fly in on the zephyr of the changing seasons, and once it's gone forever. We're going to make a small amount and only once, so please try not to fall in love with this sublime flavour. Like a holiday romance or the lifespan of the mayfly, Midsummer Solstice is a poetic expression of temporarity, I don't bloody know. As well as an exceptionally fine floral gin. Let's celebrate the long days. So that's all very well and good, but it's kind of sort of just poetic and very nice, it tells you about the sort of the inspiration, but it doesn't really tell you much about the gin, doesn't give you an idea how it differs from the original gin over there. So I did a bit more digging on other websites, and as far as I could tell, the most I could get was it's a little bit more floral, which again is kind of vague and doesn't tell me very much, but we're going to try it anyway. And I suppose, to be honest, it's quite fitting that it's so hot and summery here at the moment, because it seems like it was just sort of conceived and sort of made for sort of summery sort of evenings by the sound of it. I don't think it was conceived to be consumed in a hot muggy garage with a studio in it, but we're going to bloody well do it anyway. So I'm really regretting not bringing any water in here. I think I'm just going to die of dehydration by the end of the video, but I shall carry on anyway because that's how committed I am to my cause. So they get this little fellow off. Right, in the old glass. Oh, hang on a minute, good God, I nearly forgot the cork test. It's the wee Scottish cork test.
The wee Scottish cork test.
Does that have a squeak? Oh, well, straight away, that's good news. Excellent squeak. I can't remember if the other ones had a squeak, I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Let's go for the full pull. Oh dear, oh dear. What it produced in the squeak, it sort of made up for? No, it was completely taken away by the very poor cork sound. I don't know, I think I've run out of batteries. However, it doesn't matter, it's just a bit of fun. So, get her in the glass, shall we? And I don't know if you can see, it's a kind of a sort of a purpley bottle this time. If you can see behind there, have a look at that. It's quite nice. The other one was obviously black, and I'm always a bit suspicious of a gin with a black bottle, a bottle that you can't see inside. I'm like, what are they trying to hide? I don't know. Anyway, let's have a sniff of this little fellow, shall we? So, here we go. Wow, straight away, I tell you now, that's the nicest Hendricks I've sniffed so far. It's kind of, you can still get that kind of Hendricks base in there, which is not my favourite, as you know. However, there's kind of something, it's like, I found it quite thick and heavy with that sort of, what I would think is unpleasant smells, the cucumber and the rose, quite heavy sort of unsweet smells. It's kind of a, Yeah, there is a bit of a floralness to it actually, slightly floralness to it, a bit of a sweetness as well, a slightly more sweeter and lighter, a bit fruitier as well. I tell you what, who knows? The Hendricks Orbium took me just slightly into the realms of almost liking it. This one might, well, just push me over the edge. So let's not fanny around, my friends. Let's get a little bit of tonic. I've got a fresh tonic water there, as you can see by that lovely sort of condensation on there. Very, in fact, I could, oh no, I won't do it because I'll ruin all my makeup. Anyway, let's get it in the glass. Just like that, I think that's a good amount. What ABV do we have here? It's probably 43%, I would have thought, if I'm not much mistaken. I am not much mistaken, it is 43%. So, my friends, I say to you, Hendricks, is this we had the original Hendricks, we had the Luna, we had the Orbium. This is the 4th outing of Hendricks on No Nonsense Gin Drinking. So I say to you, my friends, cheers. Now I'm pretty certain that is the longest thoughtful ever produced, ever uttered on a YouTube channel. I can't go definitive on that, but I'm fairly certain. And the reason behind it is, hang on, I'm gonna have to go in for a confirmation slurp. Hang on. Yeah, I have to say, it's not really living up to the smell. I quite enjoyed the smell, as you could probably tell, but to me, that's kind of back to what Hendricks was like before. It's got that kind of heavy, kind of rose sort of laden, almost a sort of bitteriness to it, which kind of works against what gin should be. I don't know, I just find the flavours fall kind of flat. There is definitely kind of a floralness, but there's sort of a heavy rose presence as before, and the rose to me has to be kind of offset. I think it's quite sort of a thick, sort of specific and heavy flavour. And I think it pulls downwards, and I think you just need something to kind of offset it and sort of throw it back upwards again. Maybe a bit of citrus, something sweet. I don't know. I'm not an expert in distilling, but to me, the flavours kind of lurk down there, and they're dark. They're a little bit kind of dark, which makes, I don't think technically makes any sense, but I think poetically, I think, you know, metaphorically, I think it does. As you can tell, I'm kind of struggling to put my finger on it, but I think I've got, there's kind of, it's kind of a perfumey sort of smell, okay? That's the best way to sort of grab the sort of the core essence of this. It's kind of perfumey, a bit kind of pot puree. You don't have pot puree anymore. It was very popular in the 1980s. It was kind of a bowl of sort of dried rose petals and leaves and stuff, which was sort of add some sort of aroma. You put it in toilets downstairs to mask the smell of when someone's done a big dump. There's kind of an essence of that in there, the pot puree, not the dump, obviously. And to me, it just doesn't really kind of make a pleasant gin. It's not sort of giving me what I would like to expect from it. It doesn't give me those, and as far as juniper goes, I can't really discern much at all. And again, you know, I know a lot of gins don't have much, aren't very heavy on the juniper side, but I would say Hendricks is kind of one of those core gins and has to really, I think, it doesn't have to, but I think it should have juniper at the core, because obviously if it's not juniper, it's not gin. So then, let's give it a go neat. I haven't got high hopes, to be honest, but let's try it anyway. Here we go. Oh. Wow. Now actually, that's a bit of a journey, to be honest. A bit more of a journey than with the tonic, which is weird because I always say that tonic unlocks the flavours. However, it felt a bit flat to me with the gin and tonic, but they do kind of dance a little bit more neat. You can tell there's a lot going on. It feels like a much more densely packed and boisterous party of flavours than with the tonic. And you do get a kind of a light sort of floraliness brushed with a sort of tiny just hint of sweetness, but again, quite perfumey, and in my opinion, not particularly nice. So then, all my opinions aside, because as I always say, you know, when I do a Hendricks, I am very much aware that a lot of people disagree with me on this. A lot of people really love Hendricks, and it's a very, very successful gin. However, they are usually, I think, for a mainstream gin, which I think we can safely say they are. You know, whenever, I think people all over the world are going to have seen Hendricks. Maybe not necessarily this one, but it's certainly a mainstream gin and readily available a lot of places. So I think it should come in below my £30 bracket, which I don't think you should have to pay more for a main sort of core mainstream gin. However, my friends, as is often the case with Hendricks, it's quite a bit over that. So this little fella hovers around the £35 mark, okay, which equates to about $48 or €40. And to me, I think that's being a bit greedy. These guys are making a lot of money. Well, I don't know, but they must be. You know, it's available worldwide. I mean, look at Beefeaters. Theirs is down at like £17 or something. You've got Sipsmiths up there. They're down below £30. What's the other main one? Plymouth, again, but around about the sort of £30 mark and a little bit below. I think that's too much money. And also, it's not, in my opinion, it's not a great gin either. So I'm not particularly happy with the taste. I'm definitely not happy with the price. So guys, a bit of a sort of a slightly more negative video today, but as I say, I'm always honest with you. Some people say, oh, you just say all the gins are good. Well, I clearly don't, because this one I don't think is good. Also, apparently this is a limited edition one, and as it said in the description, and to be honest, I can't really see the point in doing limited edition gins. Maybe they're trying it out to see if people like it or not, I don't know. I think if you're gonna go to the trouble of creating a gin, have the courage of your convictions and put it out there. You know, don't sort of put it out for a bit and say, oh no, we're taking it away. Just put it out there. If you're confident in it, to sort of give it to your, sort of provide it to your customers, leave it there. Because they might like it. What if I'd have liked it? That'd have been terrible, wouldn't it? It's a really nice gin. Oh, but you can't get it. Great, that's a good video. But anyway, I would say, if you're sort of in line with me, you know, you're not a big fan of the Hendricks, that sort of cucumber and rose, sort of heavy sort of flavours, this is definitely, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, maybe that one's a bit different. I wouldn't bother going for it if I were you. However, if you are a Hendricks fan, and I know there are many out there, they often comment on my videos, then you will 100% like it, because it does definitely share that core Hendricks quality, and I think it'll be right up your street. So guys, I hope it's a bit of a negative review today. As I say, I don't like doing the negative ones really, but as I say, I always promise to be honest with you. So I hope you found it useful in some way, shape or form. If indeed you have, as I always say, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press the like button on the video and press the bell icon so you get notified when my new videos come out. And of course, if you want to support the show, head over to the old Patreon page, or you can click the join button below this here video. But until next time guys, you know the drill. Take care, stay safe. Thank you to all my patrons and members, and keep drinking the gin. That was a big salute today.